Hello, guys. Sorry, yeah, yeah. All right. Now I'm pretty sure I'm fine now. Anyways, welcome back to, I guess my second video with my voice. Anyways, we're just gonna play Cat Paw Island today. I might actually go into some of the other servers, play the other ones that we can play. Sorry, I keep checking that. Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. Anyways, while this is loading, real quick, check out my awesome background. Yes, Jeff the Killer, by Zama Art, I guess. Anyways, yeah, Jeff the Killer. So, real quick, while I'm finding a server and checking messages, I'm gonna pause this. Alright, I'm back. I was trying to find a server. I don't know if this is like the perfect. Oh my god, yes, Isabel. Hi, Izzy. Hi, hi, Izzy. Hi. I don't know if she remembers me from this morning. How are you? Yay, I got friends. How are you? How are you? I have friends. Oh my god, I got friends up here. Oh, she said bellow. Good. That's good. Yes, good. I'm doing fine myself. I'm doing fine myself. Jeff the Killer. I'm fine myself. Also listen to Jeff the Killer. You guys can't hear it probably. I was listening to Jeff the Killer and stuff. Look at this lion's mane. That is just so beautiful. I don't get how people can do that with their manes. That's a boy. Wait, no, that's a girl. That's a boy. That's a boy. That's a boy. I have no clue what the heck that is. I'm on The Sims. Oh, cool. I haven't played that in a while. I seriously haven't. Real quick, I need to go in the living room because I'm babysitting siblings. Love me. Love me. When you try to get baby's attention. 1 second. Be right back. My siblings are doing fine. You're just gonna hear this in the background, probably. Jeff the Killer.
He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. This video may contain offensive language and be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended. It was a nice summer day. My 5-year-old son James was playing outside in the backyard of our suburban home. James has always been a quiet boy. He plays by himself mostly. He never had many friends, but he has always had a wild imagination. I was in the kitchen feeding our dog Fido when I heard what sounded like James talking to someone in the backyard. I'm not sure who it was he could be talking to, but he had finally made a friend. Being a single mum, it was hard for me to always keep up with my son, so I decided to go outside and check on him. When I went into the backyard, I was a bit confused, because James was the only person back there. Was he talking to himself? I could have sworn I had heard another voice. James, it's time to come inside, I called out to him. He came inside and sat down at the kitchen table. It was about lunchtime, so I decided to make him a turkey sandwich. James, who were you talking to out there? I asked. James looked up for a moment. I was playing with my new friend, he said, smiling. I poured him some milk and continued to cry, as any good mother would do. Does your friend have a name? Why didn't you ask him to have lunch with us? James stared at me for a moment before replying. His name is Laughing Jack. I was a bit taken aback by what he had said. Oh, that's a strange name. What does your friend look like? I asked, a bit confused. He's a clown. He has long hair and a big swirly cone nose. He's got long arms and baggy pants, with stripy socks, and he always smiled. I realized my son was talking about his imaginary friend. I suppose it's normal for kids at his age to have imaginary friends, especially when he has no real kids to play with. It's probably just a phase. The rest of the day went by as per usual, and it was starting to get late, so I put James to bed. I tucked him in, gave him a kiss, and made sure to turn on his nightlight before I closed the door. I was pretty tired myself, so I decided to go to bed not long after. Shortly after falling asleep, I had an awful nightmare. It was dark. I was in some kind of rundown amusement park. I was scared, running through an endless field of empty tents, broken down rides and abandoned game parks. The whole place had a horrible look to it. Everything was black and white, and the prized stuffed animals hung from nooses in the game huts, all with sick, twisted grins stitched on their faces. I felt like the whole park was looking at me, even though there wasn't another living thing inside. Then suddenly, I began to hear music play. The sounds of Pop Goes the Weasel being played on the squeezy box echoed through the park. It was hypnotizing. I followed its tune to the circus tent, almost in a trance, unable to stop my legs from moving forward. It was pitch black. The only light came from a single spotlight shining in the center of the big top. As I walked towards the light, the music slowed down. I found myself singing along, unable to stop. All around the monkey chased the The music stopped right before its climax, and suddenly the lights shot on. The intensity of the lights was practically blinding. All I could see was a small dark silhouette, slowly shuffling towards me. Then another one appeared, and another, and another. There were dozens of them, all coming towards me. I couldn't move, my legs were frozen. All I could do was watch as the haunting figures drew nearer. As they got closer, I could see they were children. As I looked at each one, I noticed they were all horribly disfigured and mutated. Some had cuts all over their body, others were severely burnt, and others missing limbs, even eyes. The children enveloped me, clawing at my flesh, dragging me to the ground and tearing inside me. As the children tore me apart and I faded away, all I could hear was laughter. Horrible, awful, evil laughter. I woke up the next morning in a cold sweat. After taking a few deep breaths, I looked over and saw that a few of James's action figures were positioned facing me on top of my nightstand. I sighed. James had probably woken up early and put these there. I gathered up the toys and made my way to James's room. However, when I opened the door, James was sound asleep. I just shrugged and placed the toys back in his toy box and headed out to the living room. A little while later, James woke up and I made him his breakfast. He was quiet and seemed a bit groggy. Perhaps he didn't sleep well either. I decided to ask him about the toys. James, honey, did you put the toys in Mummy's room this morning? His eyes shot up at me for a moment, then quickly glanced back down at his cereal. Laughing Jack did it. I rolled my eyes and responded, Will you tell Laughing Jack to keep the toys in your room? James nodded and finished up his breakfast, then decided to go play out in the backyard. I went to relax in the living room, and I must have dozed off, because I woke up a couple of hours later. Shit, I need to check on James. I was a bit worried. It had been over 2 hours and I hadn't checked on him. I went out into the backyard, but James wasn't there anymore. I was getting nervous, so I called out to him